Over the last few years, cybercrime is becoming more and more of a priority, not just for Belize, but across the world. We see cyber attacks happening all over, especially in our region. Some countries, some parliaments have been breached. And it takes so many different forms because we are living now in a new digitalized era, the metaverse, so to speak.
The government of Belize has identified 3 priority areas in an effort to develop the country's cybersecurity landscape. They are the development of a national legal framework to address cybersecurity threats, developing capacity of incident response and infrastructure protection, and the implementation of measures to support education and awareness. All of this is encapsulated within the government's National Cybersecurity Strategy 2020-2023.
As you will know, in November of 2020, we passed the cybercrime bill, and thereafter in February of 2022, we had the introduction and opening of our digital forensic laboratory. But there are so much more things that need to be done. We need to have a continuous awareness campaign, not just amongst ourselves, but in schools, to teach children about all these vulnerabilities of what they post online and that sort of thing.
The Ministry of Home Affairs, in partnership with a number of its stakeholders, held a cybercrime forum today to look at the progress that has been made in realizing the goals outlined in the government strategy and to chart out a set of actions for the next 6 months. The Organization of American States is partnering with the government of Belize in this effort.
The Organization of American States has a cybersecurity program that has been in place since 2004. This program focuses on building the capacity of our member states in policy development, the exercise that you're in today. We do technical training, such as incident response and threat intelligence, and we do awareness raising, such as our cybersecurity symposium, which I'll welcome all of you to register for after this, as well as publications that are at no cost to our member states. With that said, for the OAS, Belize has been involved in cybersecurity as far back as 2006. When we had one of our first events in Miami, that was a cybersecurity and cybercrime workshop, the Belize had sent representatives there and has continued over the years to participate in events showing their interest in developing their cybersecurity capability.
The National Cybersecurity Strategy Framework allows the government to say to its international partners that its country is serious about addressing its cyber risk. The 2020-2023 framework puts measures in place to protect the country's network and people. GOB has partnered with UK-based Global Partners Digital to make the process more inclusive and transparent.
I was reminiscing yesterday that I first came to Belize back in 2018, and that was the start of the strategy process, but it wasn't even the start for cybersecurity as a priority for Belize. That had started even before that, and I think that shows us 2 things. First, the commitment of the country to improving its cyber capacity and its cyber resilience, but also, I think, as someone said to me once, that this process in cybersecurity and that's really a marathon. It's not a sprint, so it's not going to be a quick process. It's not going to be a one-off. It's something that requires a lot of commitment and efforts.
As you would know, with social media, the advent of sharing information is now very common, very popular. It happens 2, 3, 4, 5 times a day. People are sharing their location of where they are, who they are with. Imagine what that could mean, people utilizing that information if it is that they have something against you or may want to invade your home and your privacy. Very important for us to be cognizant of all these things whenever it is that we are going onto social media, to be aware that there are predators out there that are using these devices not just as positive tools, but as weapons to come against you.
Reporting for News 5, I am Paul Lopez.